What's up, boys? So today we're gonna go. I moved the sheep yesterday. It's nice and cold out. Absolute beautiful day. But it's gonna get really hot later in the day. So we're gonna fill the waters at the other farm to the absolute max. Just so they have plenty of water. They have shade, and then on both the sheep and the cows have shade, so we should be good. But bring you guys along for that. All right, we're gonna make a quick smoothie too, just before, because why not? Like, I always do the thing. If you think that you can do manual labor without eating anything, think again. You feel good in the morning, you're like, oh no, I'll just like continue this on, like I don't need to eat or anything. But then like you get halfway through it and you're like, whew, why did I do that? So we're gonna make this smoothie real quick. It's basically just like protein. This is like pea protein. I hate pea protein, but I got this for free, so I'm gonna take it. Frozen blueberries, banana, some peanut butter, and then some honey. Blend it up, and then some milk, obviously. So, but yeah, just blend it up and it should be good. All right, so might have just filled that up to the absolute brim, which, you know, no big deal for the 92 Ford. Can handle anything. Might be absolutely loaded in the back. I don't know if you guys can see, but the spring or the leaf springs are just under an insane amount of pressure. You know, I bet this car is like, dude, I thought I was gonna have a nice retirement. I was gonna go to a good, nah, dude, you went to a dairy farmer and you're gonna be worked until you blow up one day and then driven off a cliff. So yeah, we're just gonna head to the farm and fill up the waters, and we're gonna come back, and we got some tasks we gotta do today. We gotta make some fence, and we gotta move some bales, so should be fun. I swear, one of the best feelings that you have if you have like any animals on like a satellite property or something like that is when you drive in and they're just chilling. You can see them, they're where they're supposed to be, and they're happy. So that's what I just saw. Super pumped, and yeah, so far so good. All right, the water should be starting to fill soon, hopefully. Yeah, I have to check the line. All right, well, the water's going, so, and it has a really slow flow rate, so we might as well go check on these guys. How you guys doing? Man, look at them. Look at her. Oh my God. Absolutely amazing. And all these guys eat is grass. That's it. They only eat grass. Shiny their coats are. They look nice and happy. No pink eye. Nothing really wrong with them or anything like that. Knock on wood. They're eating this stuff in the vegetative state. Eating the top 4 inches of the grass. So, you know, life is good. They have a pretty big paddock, so I'm just gonna walk around and just see what they've been doing. But, you know, I think they got at least, I mean, I could probably keep them in here for like the entire month of July. It's a 2.5 acre paddock, and I think usually I wouldn't do this. Like, this is not rotational grazing, but just because I do have access to the to this other like side of the pasture and stuff like that, I'm like, you know, I could put them back in their 3 acre rotation that they're doing right now, which I basically split up to half acre paddocks and move them every 2 to 3 days, or I could let that rest and kind of get more like 55 days of rest rather than 30 or 28 days of rest, right? Like, why not do that? And then they also just like should impact some of this stuff. I mean, like, if you look at this, like, they have trampled and impact a lot of this stuff. So And this place hasn't seen animal impact in 50 years. So no matter what, it's going to be good for the soil, and I think good for promoting grass species and all that kind of stuff. But what I am super excited about is this shade area right here. So say it gets super hot in July or something like that, they can just go and chill around here. It's a nice dry spot. And yeah, I think it makes such a difference when they have access to shade, with just like overall body condition and just happiness, and you don't have to worry too much about them. So yeah, they really been doing a good job. They've been doing a really good job just exploring this and taking it down. But the good news is they got a lot more to eat in here, so very happy about that. Also, one thing that I forgot to mention was that I'd grazed this paddock before, so I'd grazed this section before and all this kind of stuff, and it was really it didn't look very good, you know, like the grass like did not look very vegetated or anything like that. I mean, there wasn't a lot of good palatable species in here, and just as we get to the second time that I'm putting them in here, the grass looks a whole lot better, you know, so that gets me really excited, and kind of tells me that like animal impact is good for the environment, or is good for the grass and all that kind of stuff. So, and there's so much of a variety of this stuff, so I'm gonna be really interested in how the final product tastes. Kylie, you happy? Are you happy? I think they're happy. All right, so the water should be filled and sheep are good. Or actually, we're gonna fill the sheep's water real quick and then head back to the farm. So this is like a huge container for the sheep. They probably would drink this in like a week or even more. So, but it's always nice to just have as much water as they possibly could have. I mean, they're not going to get through it, but it'd be bad if they did. So it'd be bad if they didn't have enough. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, everybody's got water, everybody's got mineral, everybody's got a hot fence, everybody's got grass. Let's get out of here. All right, boys, we're just gonna go and make some fence real quick. I didn't film any of the heifers getting their hay because I was showing someone else how to drive a tractor. But we're gonna go and we're gonna grab some fence materials from a different paddock, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna start making some fence. So it should be fun. All right, so we were actually in the wrong pasture. We were in that pasture by accident, and I was like, damn, this grass looks really short. I don't know if we should graze this again, but this is the pasture that we're gonna be grazing. Much different. But yeah, I'm just gonna put up the reel first, and then we just got a new lane down over there, so I might have to extend this paddock out a little bit, but put up the lane first, and then we're going to put up the posts, move the water, move the mineral, and then electrify the line, so it should be fun. Okay, so as you can see, the ATV is absolutely loaded right now. We're gonna try to fit this water trough on there, and hopefully it works. I think we'll probably drop a few things and swear a bunch, but you know, it'll be okay. Perfect. back to the main road, so we should be good by now. Ooh, let's go. Lane, water, the fence is hot, everything should be all set for tomorrow. Let's just check on the water. Yep, water looks great. All right, boys, I think we're done for the day. Technically it's my off day, but I just did a little bit of work here, a couple hours work, and just a couple hours work. Yeah, no big deal, but no, should be good. I want to keep this going, and I'm having a really fun time, like recording and stuff like that. And I mean, I know we're not getting many views and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't matter, but one day maybe we will. But day like 5, I think, of the post every day challenge. So let's get it.